I remember like when I just got saved, I used to think, okay, so if I'm growing in the relationship with God, then everything else is all right. Everything else is just going to add on. No. No. You have to work in every area, every single area. So I had because what? Hey y'all, welcome to the Shadea Renee's podcast. Grab your favorite water, your favorite snack, whatever you like, and let's lock into this video. The Proverbs 31 woman. A woman of noble character who can find. She is worth far more than rubies. Her husband has full confidence in her and lacks nothing of value. She brings him good and not harm all the days of her life. She is clothed with strength and dignity. She can laugh at the days to come. She speaks wisdom, and faithful instructions is on her tongue. She watches over the affairs of her household and does not eat the bread of idleness. Her children arise and call her blessed. Her husband also. He praises her. Many women do noble things, but you surpass them all. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. Honor her for all that her hands have done, and let her works praise her at the city gates. The Proverbs 31 women. Hey guys, welcome back to the Shadea Renee podcast. If you are new here, welcome to the family. Thank you for coming in and subscribing and joining. And if you are my A1, day one, welcome back, baby. Let's get into the video. So today I'm speaking on the godly woman. And as usual, I'm giving you 5 key points of how to know if you're walking in it. And I'm just sharing my story, sharing my journey, and let's go. So the first key point is her relationship with God and herself is top priority. So this was really important for me because I struggled, highly struggled with people pleasing. So if you struggle with people pleasing, you would know that that's not an easy thing. People pleasing is just where it's hard to say no. People always naturally just come before you, and your peace of mind isn't important. The yes you give to yourself isn't important. The things concerning you are always last. They're never first. And that's just what people pleasing is. And I struggled in that area. Granted, before getting saved, I already was kind of like that. Like I was already leaning towards that way. So being saved, coming to God, salvation, kind of made a lot more of those traits more stronger within me, because a lot of coming to God deals with a lot of compassion. That compassion part of you is just turned on, like effective immediately, because you now become sorry for the poor. You now become like, you now want to help people. You now want to do things and fix things. You're a problem solver, not like a problem keeper. You're now a warrior and not a worrier. So you naturally tap into your compassionate side. So when you mix tapping into compassion with already compassion, for me, that was people pleasing. So this is why the relationship a woman has with God and herself is super important, because with how you treat yourself is the way how people are going to treat you. That's everywhere. That's in the church world. That's in the faith world. That's in real life. That's on YouTube. That's on TikTok. That's everywhere. That's in relationships. That's in friendships. Just the way how you take care of yourself will give people a little glimpse of how to treat you. You are your resume. You, before social media becomes resume, you are your own resume. So the way how you take care of you and the way how you present you to the world is the way how the world is going to handle you and treat you. And the relationship with God is top priority, because If you are a godly woman, your desire would always, if you are a godly woman, your desire would always be to please God in everything you do, not just a few areas of your life, but in every area of your life. You start to want the things that God wants for you. You start to desire the desires that God has for you. You start to want to be in the rooms that were made just for you. Your destiny and the destiny that God has for you, they align and become one. It's no more maybe or if or buts. It's all one. Second key point of the godly woman is she is smart and she is ambitious. The two are not the same. You can be smart, you can be a person that likes to go to school, but you're not ambitious. Ambition, that's just the drive and the desire you have to do things, to make things work for you, to want to push yourself to move forward with certain things concerning yourself. So, being smart, being ambitious, having a drive, having a motive, making your vision board, writing your goals, setting your goals, journaling and talking to God every day concerning some of your goals, making long-term goals, short-term goals, mid goals, annual goals, 5-year, 3-year, 10 years lifespan goals. Super smart and super ambitious is that godly woman. Because she is compassionate towards others, but not easily manipulative. So this could have been with the people pleasing, but I wanted to put it in a category by itself. When you are a people pleaser, people look at you as a doormat and they start to walk all over you. And sometimes they know what they're doing, sometimes they don't. They just know that you're the person they can go to for things. You're the one that they can always call. So it just becomes an impulse. It becomes a reflect. Like it becomes like an impulse. Like they just want to call you for everything. If they lack something, they know you can provide it. They're going to call you. So that's just what it is. I love to be fair. So I'll never be like, yeah, people will use you and blah, blah, blah. No, I'm going to be fair. Sometimes people just can't get it right and they're always in a bind and they're always needing something. And because you are the person that's compassionate, the people pleaser, the doormat, you're just easily accessible to go to if they should need something. I struggled so much in this area. So I can tell y'all about it. So you want to be a compassionate woman where you're graceful, you grace others, you can help where you can, you serve where you can, but you don't overextend yourself and you don't allow people to use manipulative tactics on you. You have your boundaries, not just boundaries in your head, because before I thought boundaries meant, okay, so if I have it in my head and I show myself in this light, people will get it. No, they won't get it. Nobody is in your head. I had to learn, like, nobody lives in my head with me. Like, no, nobody lives in my head rent free. I have to make sure I lay out the firm boundaries, what I'm capable of doing, and for how long I'm going to be capable of doing them. Not easy. If you're a people pleaser, it was not easy. If you need more on that video, I'll be sure to give you, but it wasn't easy for me. I had to learn a lot every month, every year, every week. I just had to learn because people start to feel that energy. People start to feel when you're easily manipulative, and you start to attract people who want to manipulate or people who want help. You start to attract them towards you. So be careful. The godly woman, she is walking in her purpose. Now, granted, I know everybody don't really know what their purpose is. Everybody don't really have it all figured out. And honestly, sometimes I think to myself, like, okay, I know this is my purpose. I know this is what I'm called to do, but how am I going to work this? How am I going to make this work for me and make this something that I could live off of and maintain myself off of? So sometimes you might be aware of your purpose, but just don't know how to get to that level, if that makes sense. But with prayer and with time and with God and with journaling, You'll figure it out. Things will start to align. Everything will become one, and it will all make sense to you, and you'll be able to walk in your purpose. So if you struggle in this area, if you go back and watch my failure video, you'll know like I struggled a lot with like knowing my purpose. I knew I was called to serve. I just either got distracted to serve. I just got either like distracted to do it or not focused, starting, stopping, not wanting to do it, not being passionate enough. So I wasn't fueled to do it. So if you watch that failure video, you'll know like, I'm going to put it in the description box. So you will know like, okay, I like it's possible to walk in my purpose even after doing the most. The fifth one is she carries herself with grace and class because she knows, I love this. She carries herself with grace and class because she knows that a reflection of how she feels about herself. Can I tell y'all? I was not into girly stuff. I was not really into portraying myself a certain way. I thought my light would shine enough. I thought my personality was dope, bomb, and it was good enough, and it wasn't. People see you and they feel you before they know you. So before you open your mouth, you're automatically being looked on how you presented yourself, how you offered yourself as a package, how you physically offered yourself. And from that, they will make it match. It will like boxes that they will check and they'll make it match. So if you're going on an interview, you want to look the part. And if you're going to church, you want to look the part. And if you're going on a date, you want to look the part. And if it's your birthday, you want to go all out and you want to look the part. So it is with everything in life. I remember someone saying to me, girl, you're just going to go on YouTube. You're home. You're just going to turn your camera on. Why would you want to like put makeup on? Why would you want to like do a lippy? Why would you want to like get dressed up? Why are you using perfume? And it's because like that's just how I've learned to carry myself. I've learned to carry myself with so much grace. I've learned that, especially since I'm using this platform to speak on my life and my journey, which is a lot of faith-based content. I have to carry myself in that manner. I have to present myself in a way where people are going to look at me and they're going to want to hear from me for the things concerning God. Like, I don't want to come here and look crazy because I'm talking about God. No, I want to look good and present myself properly so you guys will listen when I talk about God, and you'll relate where you can relate, learn where you can learn, share where you can share, and teach me where y'all can teach me so I can learn from y'all too, So you want to carry yourself always with grace and class. Some things are just not for line. Some things are just not for everyone to see. Just grace and class. I like to say, if you're showing a little cleave, keep the legs covered. And if you're showing a little leggies, keep the cleaves covered. That's for another video. But you always want to carry yourself looking nicely. Just look like you spent some time on yourself. People will respect you more. People will take you a lot more serious. The way how you take care of yourself, people will take you a lot more serious based on that. Some people they don't want to respect you, but they're forced to respect you just because you come off as someone who respects yourself. Takes time, but it's not impossible. Because girl, if you got me on any of the social medias, you would know it takes some time, honey. It takes some time. And of course, I want to give you a bonus tip because that's just who I am. That's just who I am. The bonus tip is the bonus tip is she is always open to growth in every area of her life. Love it. I swear, sometimes as I'm writing my content out, I get so excited because I just remember of where I was, and where I am right now and what my aspirations are to be for the future. But I remember when I just got saved, I used to think, okay, so if I'm growing in the relationship with God, then everything else is all right. Everything else is just going to add on. No. No. You have to work in every area. every single area. So I had to read a lot of self-help books. I had to watch a lot of movies, watch a lot of content on how to take care of different areas of your life. And I realized that even though I was at peace in my relationship with God, there were not peace in other areas of my life, like the same exact amount of peace. So maybe I had 100 with God, and then I had like 20 here, and then I struggle with my coworkers at 30. Then my partner and I, we struggle with our peace level at 80, at 70. So I had to learn that you want to have growth in every area of your life. And if you think about the word growth, growth literally means like a hard process, a lot of shedding, a lot of taking off, a lot of putting on, a lot of newness. So the shedding and the newness. So I had to learn that you want to be good in every area of your life. So I want to be good in my relationship with God. Then I want to be good with how I eat, how I take care of my body. I want to be good with the things and the products I use on my skin. I want to be good with the relationship with my mom, relationship with my family. I want to serve not only on YouTube, I want to serve my family. I want my sisters, my brothers, my nephews, my nieces, my partner to be able to come to me. And just like I can serve my YouTube family, love you guys so much, just the way how I can serve you guys, I want to be able to serve them too. Like I need growth in every area of my life, not just one area or just two area. I don't just want to have a good relationship with God and my partner. I want to have a good relationship with my family. I want to be able to help them wherever they lack. I want to be able to use my gifts and talents to pick up. And if I'm not able to, I want to be able to at least be the person that could refer them to somewhere else. So those are just 5 tips. They're not limited to those 5 tips. And like I always say, if you have one or two of these tips, if you don't relate to any of these key points, don't feel bad. It's just the beginning. That means that you have to do your journey. That means you have to work on yourself. And it's not just 5 key points. There are many points. So even if you can't relate with any of these 5s, but you can relate with some other ones, then you're still on your way. You're still doing the work. It's never ending. It never stops. It takes time, but you just get used to it. Just like running, just like crawling, just like walking. It takes time. Just like reading, writing, learning. It takes time, but you will master it, just like you do with everything else. So thank you for watching another episode of the Shadea Renee podcast. And remember, until next time, you're amazing, you're awesome, and you were, yes, you boo, you my lady, you honey, you were created to do amazing, great things. And God loves you so, so, so much, like crazy, 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 crazy. Mwah.